Hey, caregivers. I wanted to talk to you today about a visit I made last week. The first thing when I walked in the door, I noticed it was like a photo op right there. There were two walkers, jumbo size and junior size, side by side, right next to the kitchen table. And I stopped because those two walkers really told me a lot about this visit. It told me how they had been aging together and changing. And it also showed me, honestly, how much danger they were actually in. If you're a spouse caring for your spouse right now, I want you to stay with me because what happened in this house is happening all across the country. And it could happen in yours. And nobody's talking about it. I'm Marguerite. I'm an occupational therapist with 32 years of working with caregivers all across the spectrum. And most of that time was in home care. And I've seen things that I can't unsee. And I share them here carefully and with care because patterns do repeat. And I don't want them to repeat in your house. So let me tell you about this couple. He is a retired clergy, a giant of a man. I mean, huge, big hands, big feet, super tall, giant. And his wife is teeny tiny. And he is a professional caregiver. He actually took care of his first wife through her battle with cancer. And now he's caring for his spouse again. And when I first met them, it was for her. She was really what we would call failure to thrive. She had been spending almost 16 hours a day in bed, not eating much, not communicating a lot, just really shutting down. And this wonderful man was taking care of her. And honestly, he nursed her literally back to health. The last time during this visit when I went to see them, she was up with her walker, walking around, joking, cracking jokes, asking me if I wanted a cup of coffee or if there was something I needed. And honestly, I hadn't seen her out of bed, but I was here to see him. And as he took care of her, he didn't take care of himself. He was getting worse. He's a bit older than her, and he has a heart condition. And over the last year and a half, he's been pouring everything into taking care of her, making sure she ate, making sure she took her meds, making sure she got to the bathroom in the middle of the night safely. Just 100%, 24 hours a day, with honestly limited support. Like 3 hours a week of support, and that's not a lot of hours. So now he's definitely deteriorated. He's weaker. His functional capacity is just not what it was. And then one night, he actually had to go to the hospital. He was in crisis. So they called for the ambulance, and she was there alone. They couldn't take her with them. She couldn't climb into the ambulance. So she stayed at home by herself. And And yes, he is on service, so the agency got notified that he was in the hospital. But there's not 24-hour care that's going to go out and make sure that she gets to the bathroom safely. There was nobody to go out and make sure she had her medications. And nobody until the morning to be able to go out and check on her and make sure she was okay. And this happens more than we would want to believe. I see this a lot with you and me against the world philosophy. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, again, this is a man who's a professional caregiver. He's been caring for not only his own family, but a congregation, a whole group of people. He's not used to being the recipient of help. And for asking for help, he was giving it. And, over time, things change. People stop asking, what can I do for you? When the answer is, oh, we're fine. We got it. We're fine. We're good. Meanwhile, are you? And this is where they wound up. Now, luckily, because he did such a beautiful job taking care of her, she was able to be okay for that time period, for that 24 hours before somebody could get there and check on her. But that's not always the case. They were lucky. What if your person is bedbound or has dementia and can't call for help? What if your son and daughter are hours away? What's the plan? Now, I'm not saying all this to be alarmist or dramatic, but working in end-of-life care, you'd be really surprised how many times I see this. There aren't as many supports as there need to be out there. And not everybody has the funds to pay for live-in care. So it's a reality. But there are things that you can put into place. And one of them is keeping that door open. Letting people in. They might not be doing the direct care. They might be a person who can come over and sit with your person while you get taken care of. They might be a person who could sit even for an hour while you go get that blood work done. There might be a service that can take some of the errands off that you need to do. But we don't know until we look or until we ask. So if you're watching this and you're recognizing yourself, or if it's somebody that you love, you're watching them go through this, I want you to know that I am really working very hard on building things for you. Ways for you to be able to reach out and try to find some support. It is not going to be all-encompassing. I wish it was. It's not going to be 24-hour care unless you can afford it. And unfortunately, that's a system that we're working in. But what I know works and what I have seen work is when people open the door and start to build a community. And it's not always family members. Like for this couple, they don't have any children. They don't have anybody else. And as folks age, it's a real issue Friends have passed, family members have passed. So we have to think outside of the box. So that's where I hope to come in. I don't have a magic wand. I wish I did. But what I can help do and support is help build community, help you recognize that you really have to take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to wind up in this situation with no backup plan, no emergency plan. And even if it's something as simple as a neighbor who you can call and say, I have to go to the hospital. Can you check in on my friend here? It's something. A call list, a phone tree. I put together a little summer and experiment. And it is for people who have been in this for a while and were in a routine. And the routine is keeping things close, keeping the door closed. And as things go on, that world shrinks. And I want to offer an experiment. So let's see if we can open that door a little bit and start exploring ways to build a plan. Because what you're doing is so important. It is the most beautiful, intimate gift that you're giving your person. But you can't give it if you are incapacitated. Can't do it. So I'm Marguerite. I'm the Caregiver Whisperer, and I hope to be part of your journey. Check out the links in the description. Take care.